Nice to see you again. I see some new faces here. I hope that you're not just visitors, but you will stay. And even not, you're welcome as a guest. See also that we haven't restored still yet in full number. So it'll be also during the September. Now, we have heard a reading which many times produce confusion, and it's very difficult sometimes to explain what Jesus meant, especially with the first line with the word hating. Whoever does not hate his mother, father, wife, children cannot be my disciple. What Jesus wanted to say? Well, in another gospel he said, whoever loved more father, mother, sister, brother, children cannot be my disciple. Jesus wanted to say that if we really have, and this is very interesting, if we love somebody more, it means that our love is not perfect. If you have capacity to love somebody more and somebody less, then this is not a genuine love. Because love does not know any measure. You love or not. In any other case, it could be emotion, but psychology says that emotion is not love. We start maybe on emotion, but love is something essential to our existence. Completely different sphere of things. Love does not need anything. Love shares itself. So that's why if we love somebody more, it's more or less a trait. It's like I give something and I expect something in return. And many times the church is alerting us that we have to think about our love. How many people nowadays have devotions or breaking of friendship, and they are saying, well, I love him or her and I didn't receive enough. It's a trait, it's not love. That's why Jesus used that word love in the right way in saying, if somebody loves more somebody else than me, it's a trait, it's not love. But yet, at the same time, is Jesus so selfish that he asks us to love him more than anybody else? No, because we have to know what real love means, and we can find it in many places in the Bible, but especially in 1 Corinthians 13, the hymn of love. It explains us that if we love God, so we have to learn and to reflect that same love on anybody. And what kind of love is this? The love of God is equal for anybody, for everybody. It means that God's love with intense and same force of love, everybody equal. And somebody could say, maybe this is not possible. But yes, it is possible, and we have seen this in the people here, if you're just looking around. I know, and many times I'm putting that example, one priest here, Orthodox priest, who, when you speak with him, you feel that he loves you the most, loves you more on earth, on everybody else. But if you speak with each other, with the people who know that priest, everybody feels the same. It is possible to love equally everybody, but it's not easy. It's not easy because we are selfish. And we are trying to please ourselves more than anything else. And this is our trap. We are falling every day. Just ask yourself, could you love a stranger on the street more than your children? It is difficult. Why? Because we don't even try to do this. And Jesus is teaching this to us, how to learn. This doesn't mean that love toward your children will be lesser, smaller. No, it just means that your love toward the others will be greater. And this is not just request, kind request of Jesus, oh, please do. No, He commanded us, because Jesus says, if you don't love me more than everything else, you can't be my disciple. Why? Why we cannot be His disciples if we love somebody else more than Him? It's because our selfishness is our teacher. We are acting according to our selfishness. Sometimes, the older ones know that I'm using harsh words. And maybe this is the one of them, selfishness. But it's true. If you look into our lives, we can find many times that our selfishness is command our lives, not anything else. Yeah, love toward the others, yeah, humanity, gentleness, everything this. But at the core, it's selfishness. There's a moment when Jesus asked His disciples, how can you love everybody in the same way? Or better, disciple as Jesus, which is the most important commandment? And Jesus says, love God on the first place and then your neighbor on the second place. Why? It's because God is on the first place to give you a measure and a model how to do it. And then secondly, everybody else, because according to that model, you are capable to do this. It's not humanitarian. But at the same time, why we need role model? Because if we love each other many times, I'm also saying this, if we love each other as we love ourselves, it will be terrible love, I'm repeating once again, if I don't love myself, I cannot love anybody else, and this is most of cases. If I allow myself best on earth, I cannot love anybody else similar with me. And even if I'm trying to love, there is always some reason. It's because it's good, it's because it's salvific, it's because that, because this. So at the core, even when we are doing good, we are doing, if in a not right reason, we are harming ourselves, even doing good. Because that is the way our selfishness is functioning. And Jesus is fighting against this. Second thing, He said, whoever not taking his cross cannot be able to be my disciple. How come? So if I refuse to take my cross, why I cannot be His disciple? Because once again, it's my selfishness, because I don't listen. Is it possible not to take cross? No. Everybody and each of us will get his cross. It's always a question how we accept that cross. If we don't take our cross, it doesn't mean if that cross not will fall on your shoulder. It just means that it will fall as a burden and you will suffer because you don't want to take and put it on its place. So Jesus is teaching us, whoever don't want to listen to me, my help to him, how to put, that cross so that it could hurt less. He cannot be my disciple. He's listening just himself. Okay, if you want to destroy yourself, you're free to do it. But I'm warning you, don't do it because you're worth something. Cross will fall on you. Your cross, crosses of the other people. But if you don't take it and adjust to you, listening to me how to do it, then you will suffer. And the last point, Jesus is about building a tower and waging a war. Building a tower, it means, in short, well, I'm usually long, but trying to be short. It means that the faith is not just a feeling. The faith is not just, oh, I'm feeling good, I feel that God is here. No, the faith is also a planning, reasonable action. That's why we got a revelation, the Bible, the teaching of the church, so that we can, on purpose, develop ourselves in the right way. If you start to build the tower of your faith without planning and saying, oh, okay, whatever happened, let it happen, then it will not happen anything, because there is many enemy who will sitting around you and laughing at you. And then what would happen? Because the selfishness is ruling in ourselves, we will say, oh, okay, I don't want to be ridiculed by others, I will stop to do this, because see, that's stupid. You will lose on the beginning. And secondly, if you want to fight the war, as Jesus says, first you have to sit down and calculate. Which doesn't mean, okay, if I'm thinking that I'm too weak to do this, then I will just make the pact with the enemy. No. It means just to think how weak you are and to find the allies to fight against your enemy, and it's Jesus. Every king can find allies, but Jesus didn't say this in this short saying, but he is warning us, find an ally if you don't think that you can fight strong enemy, because 10 versus 20,000, it's a difference. But you have friends and allies. But if you don't do this, what you will do? Then you will start to make compromises. Compromises with the world, compromises with the evil, compromises with everything. And the enemy will help you to think, this is good choice. But not for entering in the kingdom of heaven. So that's why Jesus is giving us a warning. That's why he's saying the very important saying. In the same way, any one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. Why is that? If you don't renounce all your possessions, even your life, in what sense? Jesus didn't say kill yourself. Jesus just said, find out where is your power, and it's not in you, it's in me. If you renounce all your possessions and abandon your selfishness, then you will find your power, strength in me. And then, there's another place, especially in Psalms, when God, to David, is saying, stupid the man who have a confidence in himself. Stupid a man who has confidence in himself. That's why Jesus says, abound everything and have a confession and have a confidence in me. That's why Jesus also said to St. Paul when he asked the help to liberate me, Jesus, from all the pains I have. Jesus said, no, Paul, my mercy is enough for you, my mercy. And everybody who is receiving mercy knows this. Because in your weakness will be shown my power. So if we want to experience that power in our life, we have to learn these things. We have to learn to love him, because this is the only way we can learn to love everybody and ourselves also. we can learn to abandon everything we have and to bring decision, because the love is also decision to go forward and follow the great King. Amen.